What's wrong with your skin? You kind of look like a sexy cow. I have never ever fit in. I've always been targeted as being different, so it's like, why try to be anything other than what I am, which is different? We are going to be going to a photo shoot. I'm so excited.
That's creepy.
That's creepy.
That's
Disgusting. One of the first comments I ever got in public. So you're doing like a Michael Jackson thing? And I was like, I didn't even know that Michael Jackson had vitiligo.
eating your shoulder.
There was this guy at Walmart who walked up to me. He was like, yeah, you kind of look like a sexy cow. And I was like, what? So I started developing vitiligo when I was 19 years old. I remember lifting up my arms like this, and I noticed here on my elbow there was just this circle like the size of a quarter. And I was like, okay. And it wasn't until I was pregnant with my oldest son that I noticed it on my hands and feet. That's when it started spreading. You can see here even on my arm where it's really cloudy, but now it's like completely and totally solid. This is the time when it started like spreading on my legs. I did what all competent millennials do, and I Googled white patches on your skin. Vitiligo was the first thing that came up. I started reading more about it, and I was like, it's not treatable. I was like, oh man. I had really struggled with like self-image, and I would really describe my journey through that as like the ugly duckling. I had come to terms with it being on my body, but when I started noticing it here in the corners of my eyes, I was like, no, and I went down another rabbit hole with that one. I was so sad when I got vitiligo on my face because I was like, I can't even enjoy doing my makeup now. But now I've figured out how to still enjoy doing my makeup by becoming really great at doing my eyeshadow. I get up here in the sink, become like a mad scientist when it comes to my eyeshadow. For the longest time, the only person that I knew of that had vitiligo was Winnie Harlow. I remember when I saw her, it totally shifted the way that I viewed my vitiligo because she was gorgeous. And I was like, I want to be like her. That's when I really started shifting my perspective about how I viewed my vitiligo as almost like having really cool tattoos. For me, my vitiligo was what really ended up making me feel like beautiful. It took me 10 years to realize that I wanted to be a model. So this afternoon, we are going to be going to a photo shoot. The photographer that you're gonna meet today was the very first photographer who reached out to me because when I had started putting myself out there more and posting more selfies, I started getting noticed because the pattern on my face. That very first photo shoot, I realized that I loved modeling. I can't wait to see how the pictures come out. I'm so excited. I live for this. I literally live for this. I couldn't ever work a 9-to-5 anymore because of this. And I've gotten to this point with my vitiligo where I love it so much that I would never dream of covering it. Oh, my highlighter's gonna pop. On my face right now, it literally looks like a bird. It looks like a phoenix, and then it looks like there's just fire coming out on my forehead. So I'm always like, that's like the coolest thing, and it's like, why would I ever want to cover that up?
Every time I see Bailey, I see growth. Like, I've never seen anyone as driven. Her positivity just like spills over to whoever listens to her.
I love this. Oh my God, I love this. I've been in several modeling campaigns lately. The biggest one being Target. I actually have people that are still like, hey, did I just see you on a Target commercial? Like, oh my gosh, was that you?
I think people like Bailey should be represented in front of a camera, in movies, pictures, because it's beautiful. If I could just be a photographer for vitiligo, I swear I would. I'll drop everything else.
For anyone out there dealing with a skin condition, sitting there thinking, I could never, do it. Do it anyways. Just represent yourself authentically. Don't ever let anybody stop you from being your absolute best self. I think proud is a massive understatement. Waking up in my skin every day feels like such a privilege to me. Like to get to be who I am. I don't even know if there's a word in any dictionary that could really express just the level of like, man, I did this.